9 defendants, $42 million. One state just became ground zero. A Bentley, a McLaren, a Maserati, all bought with money meant for sick children. This week, the federal fraud machine didn't just make arrests, it built a blueprint, and it's coming to every state next. I'm Marcus Webb, this is Fraud Watch, 3 stories driving today's broadcast. We start in Ohio. The Justice Department announced charges against 9 defendants for more than $42 million in fraud, healthcare, COVID relief, and a romance scam that crossed 3 continents. Natalie, you've been tracking the federal-state partnership angle. What makes this one different?
Marcus, this is the part that should make every fraudster nervous. For the first time, the fraud division signed a data sharing agreement with a state, Ohio. That means the feds now get direct access to Ohio's corporate registry. They can trace the shell companies fraudsters hide behind in days, not months. The DOJ said it plainly. They want every state to copy this.
The war against fraud has come to Ohio, and we plan to leave no doubt as to who will win. That will be the team behind me, federal and state partners who have come together as one to battle the fraud crisis that has crippled our taxpayer-funded programs and robbed the American purse for too long.
Story 2. The FBI launched a most wanted fraudsters list.
Right. Modeled on the 10 Most Wanted Fugitives program. The FBI is betting that public recognition catches fraudsters the same way it's caught violent fugitives for decades. It's a Vice President Vance initiative. Public faces, public pressure.
And thanks to Vice President J.D. Vance's vision, he had an idea. He said, hey, you guys have a top 10 most wanted list for all gangbangers, terrorists, narco-traffickers, murderers, and rapists around the world. How about we have a top 10 list for most wanted fraudsters? So, Mr. Vice President, thanks to your vision, we're here to deliver, and you see it here today. It is live officially on the FBI website. I want all Americans to take a look at these most wanted individuals and look at the amounts, the tens of millions and billions of dollars in fraud that they have decimated our societies from.
Story 3, and this one's chilling. A $15 million romance scam run with AI.
Over 130 victims, mostly older Americans. The defendants used AI-driven video to fake female personas on dating sites. 3 were detained this week. 2 more are awaiting extradition from Ghana. Authorities there seized a Lamborghini, a Tesla Cybertruck, over $3 million in assets.
It's a fraud scheme to obtain money by targeting elderly Americans in this country and using social media platforms. They engaged in highly advanced techniques using artificially intelligence-generated videos in order to engage people using false personas, developing close personal relationships with them, and ultimately stealing their money. So between July of 24 and April of 2026, these defendants victimized over 100 people across the United States, obtaining over $15 million along the way. They then used this stolen money to buy a mansion in Ghana, diamond-encrusted jewelry, a Lamborghini, and other high-end luxury vehicles. All of those assets have now been seized and are going through the forfeiture proceedings so that they will not profit from their fraudulent efforts.
Let's go deep on the anchor case, the behavioral health scheme. 4 defendants, more than $30 million, and the alleged victims were children.
Here's how it worked, Marcus. 2 of the defendants ran behavioral health organizations. They billed Medicaid for therapy services, claiming to treat kids at summer camps, church groups, recreational programs. Prosecutors allege those services were medically unnecessary or never provided at all.
As the Attorney General highlighted, literally tens of millions of dollars that was supposed to go to kids was stolen, allegedly, by individuals who worked in government and the private sector and thought they could fleece Americans and our treasure, our children, of the hard-earned dollars, the taxpayer dollars that we provide to support them in their time of need. Well, they got caught. And not only did they get caught, so many others got caught. Just take a look at some of the vehicles that are here as part of their ill-gotten gains and proceeds. They didn't just take the money, they paraded it around the country. And thanks to this team here, you are seeing what hard work, dedication to the rule of law, and true unified effort across all fronts when no one wants the credit and everyone wants to just do the work. These are the results that we're here to talk about today.
And when the walls closed in, they didn't stop. They pivoted.
Exactly. When one company lost its state credentials and couldn't bill Medicaid anymore, the defendants allegedly funneled the same fraudulent claims through a different entity to keep the money flowing.
So what did the money buy?
14 vehicles, 6 Mercedes, a Bentley, a Jaguar, a Maserati, a McLaren, $800,000 in cars, funded by money meant for Medicaid-enrolled children. The department seized all of it, plus the bank accounts. FBI Director Patel called it the latest victory in what he termed a total war on fraudsters.
Cases, as mentioned by earlier speakers, one, a $30 million Medicaid fraud case. The other, a $1.4 million Paycheck Protection Program, PPP loan fraud case. $30 million, $1.4 million. There's no number too big or too small that we will pursue to make sure that those who steal from the taxpayers are held accountable, and as importantly, that their ill-gotten gains are divested from them. And you saw a photo earlier of some vehicles, 14 luxury vehicles seized in relation to that Medicare fraud case. A McLaren, a Bentley, Mercedes, Land Rovers, $800,000 worth of vehicles.
A separate company chief in Butler County faces his own $12 million indictment. Same playbook, different defendant. This wasn't one bad actor, this was a pattern. Now to our running investigation, the first wave, Chapter 4. Natalie, we've been following the Minnesota pipeline since this series began. Where does Ohio fit?
It fits because it answers the question we asked in Chapter 3, Marcus. We wondered whether the federal model could scale beyond a single district. Ohio is the answer. This isn't one office working alone. It's the Fraud Division, 2 U.S. Attorney's offices, the State Medicaid Fraud Control Unit, and the State Auditor, all in one room.
They even named it the inaugural Fraud Division State Partnership Roundtable. So the first wave was never just Minnesota.
And the language matters. The DOJ called it a replicable model. The CMS administrator called it a national fraud fighting model. Those aren't accidental words. That's a signal of intent. What happened in Ohio is meant to happen everywhere. Now, Minnesota was the test. Ohio is the template. And the next state is the one we don't know about yet. That's the thread we keep pulling.
Before we go, the Fraud Watch team hears something every week from people watching this channel. The same frustration. Where's the accountability? Where are the consequences? You asked. We listened. Starting tonight, we're introducing a new segment called The Docket, because many of you have told us the same thing. Don't just show us the arrests, show us what happens next. Every defendant, every conviction, every sentence.
Partners move in lockstep, smarter detection, stronger enforcement, and real protection for the American taxpayer. The truth is, we need all hands on deck in every state. The National Fraud Task Force, the Department of Justice, and the Fraud Division will work collaboratively with anyone who is committed to ending fraud in America and saving the taxpayers' money.
That's what this channel is here for. You deserve to see accountability in real time, not buried inside a press release months later. And if there's something else you'd like to see from us, let us know in the comments. We read them. Your feedback is always appreciated.
We'll be here when the next case breaks. Stay sharp.